Way no script. Today's date. Well, good evening. Cheers, Ruin. Good evening, everybody. Mr. Brune here. Don't believe that was on screen. Today's date, May 22nd, blah, blah, blah. All that rubbish. Hope you're very well. Let's just get the guests out. Okay. First up, Jedi Power Phaser 1s to the ready. Whips and all that. No, Brian.
Evening, Brune. Evening,
Hello,
chat.
how are you?
How are we all?
Yes, how are you?
Not too bad. Still a tad under the weather, so the old voice is not quite what it usually is.
Tonsils like beach balls?
A bit more like horses' testicles at the moment. They've shrunk slightly.
Oh, that's not a good place to be, is it, my friend?
Well, I've never been about a horse's testicles, but maybe you could possibly enlighten the chat with your experience.
No experience whatsoever, but should we get the next guest out?
Yes.
Before I incriminate myself. Okay, so many great guests this evening. Reach around, droid of choice, moisture evaporators, Uncle Owen, etc., bum me. Hello, Z.
Help, Chad, please call the police. I'm a prisoner of Mr. Brown's and he's forcing me to do these things.
Hello, friend, how are you?
I'm frightened. Are we still doing this?
Possibly, depending on how tonight goes, might even get another week out of it, you know?
Oh, dear Lord, no.
And then you know what it is afterwards. Yes.
The Cacolites. The Cacolites. I'm so looking forward to this.
There was a clip today. It looked fantastic.
It is. It's going to be the bestest star I've ever warsed.
I genuinely think there's going to be just moments of, fuck, this is good.
I think so. I think we're going to be absolutely overwhelmed by the level of stunning and braveness that's going to go on in that series.
Oh, I can't wait. So, you well, yes?
I am indeed. And
shall we get
eager to put this to bed.
Oh,
so
yes.
Get another body out.
Okay. Do we want a story? Yeah, I think we want a story. Okay, next. Darth Kiplin.
Hello, Mr. Brown. Fancy seeing you here, and Brian, and Zee-ThreePIO as well. Well, one does never cease. You know, Mr. Brown, I've been cooking up a new confection this week. I just wondered if you'd like to hear the commercial script I've just written for it.
Yes.
Well, that's fortunate because you're going to get it anyway. Yes, let me
get on with it.
For you now. I've just created something by the title of Darth Maul's Macaroons, a treat that embodies the irresistible allure of the dark side. These humble confections with their crimson exteriors.
I thought you did the macaroons the other week, didn't you?
With a crimson exteriors and tender coconut filling, beckon you with a deadly charm, much like the Sith Tower. They are both subtle and decadent. Once sliced through the middle, the coconut's sweet embrace is impossible to resist. A temptation that lingers long after the first bite. One shouldn't overindulge, however, as just as you assume they're gone, they could inexplicably return to haunt you at a later date. Embrace the exquisite taste, and you shall find yourself ensnared in a delicious web, forever in pursuit of its double-ended delectability. Indeed, Lord Kiplin does make exceedingly wicked.
Should we get the next guest on? Okay. He's been away and he's back. Look who it is, folks. All hail the dark Sith Lord. Little Platoon.
Hello.
Yay!
Hey! Hello.
I heard this might even finish tonight, so I figured I'd better come back. But going at the current rate, I'm assuming we're not finishing tonight, so I'll be back next week.
Borderline this one, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Did we clear copyright hell and everything?
No, it's still demonetized. So
What?
yay. Oh yeah. No, absolute fucking nightmare. But at least I'm not about to get a strike anymore because that one was deleted. But yeah, it's all fun.
This
Lots of
was
menacing
web-
letters sent. It's great stuff.
Webble Moon.
Webble Moon, yes. Far more effort and trial and error than that thing deserves.
There's a moral in there somewhere, but we'll probably find it out
Netflix
eventually.
of fucks. Yeah.
They're probably thinking it wasn't as popular as they thought it was going to be. But anyway, okay. It's great to have you back, Lord. Shall we? There is another.
There is
There is
another.
another. Yeah, there is another.
Just a small town Ray, living in Tatooine. She took the Millennium Falcon going anywhere. Just a Kylo Ren, born and raised on Coruscant. He took the Galactic Cruiser going fucking nowhere. Strangers waiting up and down Neeson's polar shadows, searching in the night. Good night, Melvin. Saber fights, green milk, living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Oh God, I've started too high. Don't stop believing.
Then
Hold on to that feeling.
feeling.
Trilogy is coming. Oh,
No, it's not.
Hello, man, baby. I think I should have wore tighter pants this evening. How are we all doing? Did I break any glasses anywhere? Brian, are your eyeglasses okay?
Only spirits, mate.
Oh, it's amazing what you can do off the back of a couple of rum and cokes, isn't it? Wow.
It is.
Um,
You've built
anyway,
a career on it.
Attack of the Clones. I'm going for the record tonight, Brown. Just one slide we're aiming for. One single slide. Is that okay?
It is. Well, it's the splash. I can't see. It's this one then, isn't it?
No, we can just do one still of the movie, and we'll really dissect it over 2.5 hours. You know, get into the nitty gritty.
For once.
I'm watching the viewing figures tumble. As we speak.
It's got Platoons on. That's what it is.
Platoon, it's been so long. Good to have you back. It's so good to have you back. I'm excited, Brown. I'm excited,
I was going to say good to be back, but my ears are now complaining. So.
How do you want to play this then, Roo? You're in the hot seat, my friend.
I am, and I just found out tonight I can fiddle with people's usernames. That's another
really?
pile of laughs I can have. Okay, well, why don't you do the formalities, Brown? Because I'll forget the legal disclaimers and all the rest of it. And then
formalities? There isn't any tonight. Please like, share, subscribe, donate, blah blah blah.
Don't say the
blah,
C
blah.
word.
Don't say the C word. Views of the guests don't necessarily represent the views of the channel.
It's going to be really hard getting through all this stream if we're not allowed to say clones.
Ah, yes, very good. Tell you what, I think, therefore I am, a recap. What do you reckon?
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, well, there's
Do you
only
know anybody who's done one?
There's only one man I can rely on to bring us up to speed. He's the man of 1,000 languages, including binary. He is our golden
Non-binary.
reach around droid. Z, take it away.
Recap. Jedi Knight Obi-Wan Kenobi and his hideous apprentice Anakin Skywalker are assigned to protect leather-clad thirst trap Senator Padme Amidala, who is targeted for assassination amidst rising tensions in the galaxy. Obi-Wan's investigation leads him to discover a secret clone army being prepared for the Republic and the involvement of Count Dooku, a former Jedi turned Sith Lord leading the separatist movement. Meanwhile, Anakin and Padme develop a forbidden romance, while Anakin's journey to the dark side begins as he takes vengeance for his mother's death by slaughtering not just the men, but the women and the children too. we now join our heroes on Geonosis, where the Jedi and the newly revealed clone army clash with separatist forces.
Boom.
Wow.
He's good, isn't he? He's very good.
It's not bad, is he?
We're going to need this every week, Z, for Acolytes, by the way.
Oh,
and which,
no.
I know, I'm afraid so. Someone's got to take one for the team. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to install the slides, but I'm looking at YouTube and not StreamYard. So
Shall I?
shall I?
This is where we got to then.
There we go. So this is our one slide for tonight, folks. So
Evening chat, by the way.
evening to
evening.
the chat.
Evening chat. Good evening.
And I'd like to clarify something from previous streams. According to the animation director, Rob Coleman, not a single clone trooper was ever suit was built. Every clone trooper seen in this film is computer generated, with the motion capture performed by ILM employees who are only wearing the helmet.
Dang.
Everything else is computer generated, so that they might look real, but they're not.
That's
It's the
interesting because there was
romance of
definitely quite a few
filmmaking,
shots
isn't
last
it?
week, wasn't there? That looked quite real. Geordie?
I wasn't here
Yes.
last week, so I don't know. But maybe
Oh, I just heard you. Dulcet tones chiming in.
from memory. No, I was saying it was the romance of filmmaking. It's like absolutely nothing is real. Everyone's filming in a green room. That's what everyone gets into the business for, isn't it? I'm sure it's really lovely to do. I don't know why they wouldn't build at least some. Why would you not do that? Like, it's not one of those like massive ship shots like this one where it's really difficult to do that practically. But for just a guy standing talking to someone else, why wouldn't you just get the suit of armor, set it on afterwards? Conventions love that shit.
Yeah, it's a shame they went down that route, old Georgie, but hey, we have to embrace it for what it is, because at the time we thought, this isn't the best, and then lo and behold, the Disney sequels came along. Anyway, let's pick it up. So we've got this giant bollock. Is this one of Liam Neeson's? And
This is left one.
Lots of things firing at it. I can't quite remember who the good guys, and is the bollock the bad guy here, or is the cannons the good guy? I don't know what we're looking at.
No, the bollocks are the separatist ships that are trying to escape the surface of the planet, but the Jedi have just appeared with all their forces to murder them on takeoff.
What?
How very American of them. Yes, okay. Here we go. So just right on cue. So none of these guys are real. Is that what we're saying?
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Yeah. The considering the time, and obviously there's some lighting effect, but the postures and everything, it comes across quite real, doesn't it? It's not bad. But
I genuinely thought this was people in suits when I saw the film.
Yeah.
This is probably my favourite shot from the whole movie, to be honest with you. It's really atmospheric. The way the dust and the sand's like kicking up here. This is so well done. This CG is perfect, but the rest of the movie, not so great. But I love the designs of these clone trooper suits. I've said it before, but I love the kind of the little tail lights they've got on the back of the peak on top of the helmet. It's just brilliant. Love it.
Just want to bring our esteemed friend Shitstain Shirley in, if I could. Miss Shirley, which is your favourite horse on there, if you would, please?
Center.
Center. Right, right at the front there. Leading the way. All right. Well, you barely see this horse or her. We don't know. Can't assume.
They're all male clones. They're exactly
the
same.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. Fair point. Oh, is this a look at that moment, Brown? It's no. No. Okay, you thought about it at least.
This is what the world looks like when you walk out of a cinema after seeing a film at 3:00 in the afternoon in July. Isn't it?
Yeah, there's quite apocalyptic vibe going on, isn't there? But here we go. Can you do that line, Shirley, in the style of Mr. Brown doing "Look at that"?
Look over there.
No,
Look at that. Look over there.
Okay, question for the panel. How well do these three stack up against our original three of Luke, Han, and Leia? Let's go to Z. Can they come remotely close? Do they do a decent job? Nowhere near? What do you say, Z?
No, not really, because these people have known each other for quite some time. Han, Luke, and Leia were just all thrown together, and that's why it worked.
Okay. Not the same chemistry?
No, not in my opinion.
Okay. Kippers?
Absolutely not. I never felt that throughout the entire trilogy. The chemistry just wasn't there. The acting was dull. Direction was crap. There was no decent ad-libbing going on between the actors. There was no sense of camaraderie at all. It all felt very forced and artificial. And I think the Jedi being very, very plain, boring people kind of unfortunately contributed to that. But no, I never felt as if they were like a likable bunch of mates that were all on an adventure together. It just never occurred to me at all.
Okay. Fair enough. We could have a full house here. Brian, I'm going to come to you next, but I want to ask you, snog, marry, avoid.
Is it not Padme all three the standard answer for that? Is that snog, marry, kill from Anakin's point of view?
Kill.
They don't even. It's pretty cruel to compare them. I think they've got no real personality or charm among them, and yet as actors they have got a fair bit.
Mm-hmm.
So part of it's the green screen, part of it's the directing, and part of it is the god-awful script that they've got. They don't really get a chance, and I think Swapper's hit the nail on the head when he talks about them not having that kind of the Jedi being stoic, basically. And apart from a few moments where they kind of go off, they lose the place at each other, they don't have that. They're not the kind of archetypes the same way as we had from the original trilogy. And it's painful to watch at times, sadly.
Ooh. Oh no! Well, before I come to Geordie, just our chat is we have some fun, but look, they are informed. They are a bunch of people who have a lot of love for these movies, and I'd like to go to one chap who's just given us some real insight here. Is Garth Knight? There we go. There's Garth's contribution. Everyone is really taking this scene in. Thanks, Garth.
Cheers, Garth.
Well, if you could take us home then, Geordie, and we'll call it a night. What is your take on these three in the prequels?
I was actually going to make the same point that the previous comment did about like comparing the chemistry with Han and Leia to the chemistry between all three of these, but Anakin and Padme to begin with. So like the prequels have two whole films during which you've got Anakin and Padme basically telling each other overtly in many, many different scenes, "Oh, I'm in love with you. Oh no, I'm so in love with you. Is it because I'm a senator? No, it's because you wear bondage gear." It's like, and it just goes on and on and on. And yet in Empire Strikes Back, like they establish more than that in one scene between Han and Leia, and that's it. It's not even comparable because the OT has characters and the prequels kind of don't, which is a shame.
In Empire, the sexual tension between Han and Leia is palpable. Feel it.
Okay, well, we're afraid to say it's an absolute diss. There, we're like a bunch of Disney shills tearing down a Lucas movie. Fantastic. Oh, now this looks interesting. What have we got here? Probe droids. What are these?
Flash Gordon.
No, that's Count Dooku and his escort.
Flash.
Is that's Dooku in the middle with his cape flowing? Is it?
It is.
Yes.
And something either side of him. I don't know.
They're like Geonosian atmospheric fighters or something with flak laser cannons, because it's not just Dave Filoni who does those. These ships have them too. They fire flak cannons, which is slightly weird. I always also found it weird, like, why would you have your emergency hangar like a huge long way across the desert, which is only accessible by like space motorbike? If you need to get off planet really quickly, you don't really want to be going on all that long trek. And also, why when they're chasing him, so the chase can happen? And then, like, you think about the weapons that the Republic gunship has and say, oh, shoot him down. And they say, no, we don't have any rockets left. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, but I distinctly remember you having lasers on every square meter of that ship. You do have other options available to you, but they don't use them again so the chase can happen. Otherwise, Dooku would just die.
How old was he in this movie, Dooku? Does anyone know? Remember?
I believe he was 85. I think he was in his 80s. I'm sure he was in his 80s.
Character
in
you're
films.
talking about? Or are you talking about the
Dooku.
actor?
I was talking about the actor. The actor was in his 80s.
Yeah,
Oh, 79 he was.
Oh,
Was he 79, huh?
Still
What's the
a miss.
retirement
That's
age in
great.
Star Wars Galaxy? I wonder.
Sword and Storm's got a question. Why is Dooku using the shittiest transport ever?
It's a spacey mobility scooter.
Oh no, you can't do that to him. Is this the same thing that Maul was riding on in Phantom
No.
Menace? No,
No.
different. Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, let's get back to our charismatic three. Go on, Swappers. You could do that line if you would. Can you do this in the style of an Indonesian telesales executive who is slightly behind his target for the month, has 5 kids, 1 needs urgent medical care? Take it
What
away, Swappers.
What the? It's Dooku. Shoot him down.
Oh, he's nailed it! He absolutely nailed it.
You see,
There we go,
Ewan McGregor's teeth there. It's like he's had a bit of Molly. Got the old clench.
Yes, got the Nash going on, yes. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's grinding away. Well done, Swappers. You nailed that one. What are we thinking of his weave here, Brownie? I mean,
It's changed from the last shot. Yeah, it's
oh, you've changed your name back, Brown.
back-flowing mullet, isn't it? Wind in his
mullet.
hair.
I see all Padme's injuries are healed.
Oh yeah.
Did she
They've got a
get injured on her
tank
back?
on
Like,
there.
Welcome
What do you
to
say,
talking
Swap?
over each other.
I bet you Anakin did a bit of force heal. Lost a finger somewhere.
Yeah, they're already going to go horny.
Do you know what I think? I think there's a bit of a problem in this stream. I've identified it early on, and that's clearly no one's drunk enough to get into this.
know.
And
I've got no
I think
alcohol.
it's because we have missed the drinking game rules.
Oh, the drinking game, Brian. How remiss of me. Thank you, Brian. Well,
While
look,
you're thinking of that, shall I do a super chat
yes, go on then.
from your old mate Girth Knight? $5.
mate
Thank you, my
Girth.
friend. Fellas, I know you can get this done. Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Is that a quote, a line from somewhere? It feels like he's quoting.
That is
something.
from Airplane, isn't it? It's the I'm sure it's from Airplane. He keeps popping his head back into the cockpit and saying,
Leslie
"Good luck, we're all
Nielsen,
counting on you."
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what a reference and what a catch there, Ploots. Oh, brilliant.
It's such a good
Thanks,
film.
Gareth.
So much better than this one.
Platoon, how'd you like your coffee?
Strong and black, like I like my chocolate. Why?
Nothing. Drinking game.
Okay.
Before we do, look who's in the chat, everyone.
Oh, get
Side
in!
of the walk. Who rattled his walk? early
Don't
in the
forget, Dark Side. We need you on 1 week for the Acolyte. I need.
We actually going to get Dark Side of the Walk on.
He is, yeah. Dark Side. We need you on 1 week.
We need a stream with Dark Side of the Walk. Who's
Emperor
the
Kipling?
Emperor Kipling, obviously. Who's the
Actually, the Mega Geek.
princess? Who's the princess one? Princess Fiona.
Yeah.
Who else is there? There's a few others. They all
Finger My Ass should be on as well.
The chemistry would
What?
be undeniable. We need them all on.
Yeah, but definitely Dark Side of the Walk. We need you on, my friend.
rocket, sir.
Drinking game.
Oh yeah, just before we do, makes a good point. He says the dialogue is worse when you take it frame by frame. At least when it's run at speed, you're over it quickly. It's a fair point, isn't it? Actually, drinking game. Okay. Well, I'm already out of drink. I might need to quickly dash to get a refill, but I know. So let's establish the drinking rules. Let's go with Lord Chord, if you would, please, Chordy. What do you want to use as the drinking trigger tonight?
Fuck.
Unawares, haven't I? I've caught you.
I don't know. I'm
You
trying to think what there is left of the film that's like memeable. There's not much. It's mostly just a lightsaber fight. Drink every time one of them swings their lightsaber. That would be a good one.
Oh, we're in for a wild ride at the end. Okay. Shitstain Shirley. I'm not forgetting your real name.
Drinking game, yes. Every time we see a clone trooper, so drinking.
Oh God. Okay, it's good job. It's the weekend, hey. Brian, I know you're on the Iron Brew tonight. How very stereotypical of you. What would you like to submit?
Some Jack D in there as well. Well, seeing as it seems to be a kind of low effort stream this evening, I'm going to use the same one that I used last week because we made so little progress in the previous stream. We didn't actually get to the bit that I mentioned. So this week, as last week, I will be going for take a swig of drink every time Sir Christopher Lee's stunt double has a CGI face replacement.
Oh,
good shout.
Okay. Tom has some thoughts. We like Tom, who has a good idea. Drink every time Crystal Lee is criminally underutilized.
Christ.
I guess we kind of drink constantly with that one. But come on, people, drink when Platoon gets all philosophical. Could be in for a wild ride tonight, folks. Kippers, what do you want to suggest for the drinking game?
Oh, every time we say goodbye, I die a little. Every time we see a bad CGI green screen moment on screen, like I mentioned last week. So yeah.
And Z, what would you like to establish for the drinking game?
Every time Yoda does a backflip.
Cheeky.
Yep. Just put the straw in the bottle, if you would, please, folks. It's okay. Good work. Back to Padme's rack.
We've got a super chat just before he says good night.
Well, Brown, I'm going to dash. Go on. I'll read it, and then I'm going to go and get a drink, if that's okay. Drink every time Ruin sings a song about this. Well, it's only generally once or maybe twice a stream. I mean, but it's just maybe if you drink for the duration of the song, that could make it more fun. So fair play, Melvin. Appreciate it. Brownie, take over if you would. I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay, so
I need one.
I know you do. Do we know what's happening here, anybody?
Yes, they're chasing Count Dooku. They have no rockets, and they have no backup yet.
Why did they run out of rockets?
Because it was incredibly inconvenient for the plot.
Yes, they blew their load early, Brown.
Yes.
Drink, everybody. CGI. Okay. Shall we blast through all these slides? There's about 2 left before Rune returns. Whose line is this? Is it? This
is Kenobi's.
BG's.
Yes, Obi-Wan.
Yes.
The clue is where the line says Anakin and I. I think that's the giveaway.
Oh, is that what it? Oh, okay. Brian, care to fill your boots with the line, please?
Well, I point blank refuse to attempt to do Ewan because he just doesn't deserve it. There isn't a time Anakin and I can handle this.
What's he handling? Do we know?
It was horse testicles I mentioned earlier, possibly.
Oh, Flash! Savior of the universe. Or was that wrong movie? BP.
I feel sorry for poor Christopher Lee here being exposed to the large fan he's going to have blowing on him.
Well, is that his real body?
Yeah, they could have
Yeah,
just
I think so.
CGI'd the cape onto him, couldn't they?
The way it moves, I don't think it is. But you could be right. Again, I could be wrong. But I don't think it would take much for old Chris. In fact, maybe he's 40 at his age. Christopher Lee is sitting on his arse and not doing much.
This is very low energy, isn't it?
It is.
Queefing.
It's because we didn't start drinking until after 10.
I was going to say, Lord, when did
Yes.
you first see this movie?
When it came out, so that would be, is it 2002 this movie came out?
Yes.
So
It
you
is, yeah,
were
yeah.
what?
I
2?
don't know.
You were
No.
2?
Slightly older than 2.
3?
Was I 10? Might have been 10. Around then, 9 or 10? I don't actually know. I think around then.
This was aimed, I think, at you, your
Yes,
age group.
ostensibly, yes.
Did it hit the spot like it did with us in the 70s? With the original?
Hard. Well, I'm gonna say no because the originals I saw before I saw these because my dad has good taste and got me into them.
Nice.
And the originals hit the spot way better than any of these movies did.
Yes.
Like even I think I've said before, like Jar Jar pissed me off when I was a child. I've never liked him. This one I think I liked more at the time just because there was like more of the big sort of set piece action stuff. There wasn't. I mean, it's weird because it's also the slowest of them. And it has the cringy romance stuff, which I went to see this for a friend's birthday. He had an older sister, and his older sister, I remember, really liked the romance stuff. Whereas all like me and my friend and his friends really found it boring as shit because we were like 9-year-old boys, and obviously it's
We were
like,
waiting
girls.
for the bit at the end, weren't
Girls
we?
are disgusting. Disgusting is the word I was looking for there.
I know what you meant.
So it kind of, I think I remember enjoying it at the time, just but not as much as say like Empire Strikes Back or A New Hope or even Return of the Jedi with the fucking Ewoks.
At the age of 10, did you feel like what I did, that you'd sat through 1 3/4 hours of shite to get to the military bit at the end? The
Not
spaceships.
too much, because I think there was enough sort of interesting setup, build-up stuff, and like it's interesting picking up with Anakin now that he was, of an age where you could kind of respect him, i.e. he wasn't a small child anymore. Like, I don't remember being bored by the movie at any point, but that might be because I've just forgotten having been bored by the movie.
Okay. Ruin, back to you, my friend. Are you suitably refilled?
I'm refreshed, refilled, ready to go. Love
Nice.
the observation that this looks like a battle droid giving a blowjob to Dooku. Very astute observation there.
It does.
Brownie, I want to know, when you were sat in the theatre watching this, did your tutor just go straight for the old fly zips, or did he wait till the interlude? What was going on there? Did he?
No, I was with the missus at the time, so the tutor wasn't
yes.
around.
Okay, well, that's
You took the
that's
missus
a
to
tall
see
tale.
Attack of the Colons, bro.
She was a bigger Star Wars fan than I.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
dear.
Is that ultimately what led to the demise, Brown? You were a Trekkie, she was a Star Wars.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
No, it was the
kick me
when
from the
was
stream for saying that.
ironically when the was it Revenge of the Fifth came out,
Yeah.
2005.
Yes.
That's when it all went tits up. So yeah, there you go. Moving
Oh
on.
no. Did you not go see that one together, Brown? Revenge of the Sith?
No, I went with my ex-boss at work. If I do remember, it was the Liverpool European Cup final the very day,
Oh, God,
and I
that's
missed the first half of that match for Revenge of the what a load of bollocks that was. Anyway, moving on.
So, quick question before we move on, Brown. Who gave the better action in the movie theatre? Was it the missus, your ex-boss, or your old tutor?
I think it was his tutor.
Okay, well, just for the humour of the stream, etc., and to keep you happy, definitely the tutor. Yeah.
The tutor. Yes. We do love the old tutor reference, don't we? Okay, as much as I love looking at CGI Dooku, we better move on and look at more CGI.
As much as there is a load of CGI dreck on screen during this film, I do appreciate the innovation with hardware designs for ships and things, because we've never seen anything
Really?
like these before, and I do quite like how different they look to anything we've seen in Star Wars or
They
any of
actually
any sci-fi
remind
movie.
me a little bit of the Cloud City
Yeah,
ships that attack the Millennium Falcon.
I can see that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very good.
Can we just get a fact check on this, Brown? Are you, when you say tutor, do you really mean you hired a prostitute to go to Star Wars with you?
Tutor is an anagram of Hathethu. It
Is
is.
that Shooty Gatwa?
Yes.
Only
Let's not
Brownie would hire a prostitute.
Can we not soil the stream with Shooty, please?
Only Brownie would hire a prostitute to make himself look good going to see Attack of the fucking Clones.
It's amazing what you can get for £20 in Yorkshire.
£20?
Yeah, we have a playlist sector here as well.
Oh, more Padme torso and another CGI trooper there.
That just looks like he's just there, blobbed on.
What's going on the right-hand side of the screen? Is some kind of explosion, or is that?
It's the shots
it's
that
the
hit the ship
things.
that causes it to Padme to fall off. Sorry, please.
Oh,
No, it's the same thing. They have that flak effect. So, like when they shoot, it does the sort of explosion, and the force of the explosion sends her tumbling out of the ship, but causes no lasting damage. In fact, it knocks information into her head because, like, she crashes onto the sand below with a clone trooper, and the clone trooper gets up and says, "Are you okay?" And she says, "Yeah, we need to get to the hangar." But at this point, she doesn't know they're going to a hangar. So actually, the fall gave her premonitions.
Oh, it's good to have you back, Lord.
It is. We've missed this, haven't we? Can I get Z to read this next contribution out? If you would, Z, take it away.
Sword in the Storm, wrenched. I tried to get a prosy to watch this, but she said there wasn't enough money to get her to do it.
He must be from somewhere classy like Kensington or somewhere like that. I don't know.
Slough.
Chelsea.
Every time Padme's midriff comes up, Jim Dowell in the chat. Honestly, he does a virtual drool. He's really enjoying these shots.
She's remarkably clean for all those shenanigans in the Geonosis arena.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Oh,
That's quite a drop, isn't it?
Did we lose a trooper as well? Oh, that's sad, isn't it?
The trooper falls out as well.
Leave her
Yeah,
in
but they're both
get
fine.
another girlfriend.
Do you notice she falls about 30 feet? She's dazed, stunned, and then 10 seconds after she goes up, she's back sprinting again.
Yeah.
She hasn't got a sprinkle of sand on her either.
Gets everywhere as well, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's go to the dirty old perv on the panel, Brownie. Padme Brown, what do you make of Padme in this particular shot?
I know Franco's. Sorry, chat moved up. Franco's getting stimulated.
Not just Franco. It's like the one key's stuck for everyone.
You know what? Honestly, she doesn't do anything for me. How bad's that? Never has.
Well, maybe you're with Drew on this one, who says, "What's so great about a midriff? I had a midriff like that when I was a teenage boy." Oh no, it's really spoilt it for me, that Drew. Thanks very much.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'll go with punchable face. You go, one, because she's unconscious.
Oh gosh.
That's just how he likes them.
There's something especially creepy about that when it's Jar Jar giving the thumbs up while he says it.
Oh, bring it back. I need to relive that moment. There we go.
Episode 1, Jar Jar also says that she's pretty hot, even though she's canonically 14.
What?
No.
Yes, absolutely.
Who can ask to do a Jar Jar? I really need to make this come alive because I'm enjoying this.
There's only
moment.
one
Who's gonna-
Jamaican here. Why are you asking this question?
Oh, of course. Go on, shit stain Shirley. Over to you.
Shit. One, because she is unconscious. Bamba clat and rice and peas.
You've been on the wacky backy tonight, bro.
Oh, I wish.
So
Put the ship down, Anakin.
mm.
What?
Well, Z, tell us what's going on here because I vaguely remember the scene. I think are they debating whether to go back for her or something like that?
Yes, Anakin wants to go back to her because obviously she's sheathing his pork sword for him. But obviously, Obi-Wan is not interested in that. Go get another girlfriend, Anakin. Another girlfriend. You can find loads of them on Tatooine.
Oh, who's our go-to with? It's normally Brian, but I know he's got horse testicles for in his throat tonight. So I would describe himself.
I don't mind it.
Go on.
It helps actually for the old Guinness, especially. I'm back on the cigars in the last fortnight.
Oh, you bastard.
You
I know, the old
sophisticated
hammer.
chap.
Oh, fucking hell.
Don't let your personal feelings get in the way. I'm 35 years of age, and I've never had it wet.
Is it right that does he
Spit it out.
basically does he ever get his end away, Obi-Wan, or is it what's the canon on that
There's
situation?
horrendous rumours that Sabine was given it hard at one point.
Yes.
Oh,
Wait, isn't Sabine from the Ahsoka show or a different one?
The same Sabine. Well, it could have been a cat.
What?
No, Duchess Satine. She's related to Bo-Katan Kryze.
Oh, forgive
Yeah.
me for not watching the
Duchess
you
Satine.
Captain.
I didn't realize Obi-Wan was gay.
But there's also rumors of a love child.
Oh no.
Who's Duchess Satine? Is that Lizzo?
No, she's the former ruler of Mandalore who Darth Maul executed her.
Oh.
Ooh.
Every day's a school day, isn't it?
Look who it is, shit stain Shirley. Do you want to do this one?
Girth Knight wrenched for $5. Brown says Pad Me does nothing for him. Question mark. Get this line A-hole hooked up to a polygraph ASAP.
I
Got a
agree with
point.
Brown here. That's absolutely nothing for me either. Maybe if she went down the Britney route. I mean, I wasn't attracted to Britney back in the day, but see now that she's a kind of broken down,
Dirty
trailer
bitch.
trash, alcoholic, no hope. That's kind of where my attraction kicks in. So if she goes
I
down
can
the
tell you're Scottish.
Yeah.
we'll have to make it. Let's make it about fucking
Welcome
race.
to talking over each other.
Sorry, bro, that's your job. The old talking over.
You lying a-hole, Brown. Oh, well, let's go to someone to talk some sense into all this situation.
Who's that,
Geordie. Padme is gorgeous, isn't she?
Yeah, she's all right.
Just all right.
Yeah, she's okay.
Is it-
She's nothing
Boys good
special.
looks,
she's
is
just
it?
she's just reasonably attractive person, I think. But she's also a politician, and I fucking hate those. So
Oh, that's
so no.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
You'll be able
actually
to
a
vote some
very
more
good
in this
point.
summer.
Yes. Goddamn general election announced today. We're going to have 6 weeks of this shit.
yeah,
now.
That'll be
July the
great
4th.
fun.
Yeah.
I think the Wayfarer
Yeah.
project has just done some Jerry Mikhail stuff on me here. I'm having an epiphany. I'm having a moment.
Go on, where?
Oh, go on.
God, I need a new chair.
What's Jeremy
I don't know
Kyle thing?
I don't know if it really deserves this degree of introspection to it. It's just a passing comment. The Wayfarer Project in the chat says, not Brian has a need to save his damsel in distress. Well, you're right.
Oh,
That's just the penny's just dropped here after. It could have saved me 20 years of a horrendous marriage, but no, I mean,
Well, I hate to do this, Brian, but I have to pull you up here because you've cherry picked one particular comment, but there is another theory. So, Sword in the Storm says Brian wants it to look like a 16-year-old Scottish girl. There's always two there are theories.
We'll let Sword in the Storm off with that because he is actually, sadly, from this horrendous country as well. No, the
Oh, is he really?
16-year-old, it's like dog ears, you know what I mean? 16-year-old Scottish girl looks like about fucking 47.
16 isn't that late middle age? I was going to say in Scotland.
I hate it when Plutz does it. I don't mind you common guys talking, but see when one of the kind of posh guys starts laying it on thick, it gets my fucking tits.
Black Lives has got your number, Brian. He says, Brian, I can fix. Oh, sorry. He says, Brian.
Now then.
Now then. Sure. What
That's a hair from a big fat alcoholic from Courtbridge.
Little contribution from Franco here because I'm sure
Hi, Franco.
Brownie's sitting back enjoying Brian getting a bit of flack, but it's never far away, is it? So yes, Brown's tutor did teach him
bad manners anyway. Speaking with your mouth full, it's bad manners.
Okay, enough of Obi-Wan gritting his teeth. Oh, another beautiful shot
look
of
at that.
Dooku. Swappers, if I could bring you in, because you are a man of the cloth in a manner of speaking, what do you make of Dooku's bellowy, flowy cloak? You're a fan of it?
It's just a standard brown piece of fabric, isn't it? I was hoping that a henchman of Palpatine would be dressed more Sith-like. Obviously, he's kind of in disguise, I suppose. So he's got to look a bit more gentlemanly, maybe a bit more like a civilian. But it's not exactly inspiring fear. His outfit, it's a bit bland, I've got to say.
Oh,
it's a bit like his Dracula cape, which is clearly a homage.
Yeah.
Kippers, could wear something like that.
That previous scene gets a bit of. If we use a bit of flack several times tonight, may as well use it again. That little scene before it gets a bit of flack. I actually quite like it. It's one of the few times.
This one.
Yeah, they actually act and emote. Not particularly brilliantly, but there's something going on there.
Yeah.
Well, he's using the entirely wrong line of appeal because he could just tell him that Anakin, she's covered in sand. Sort yourself out. You don't like that.
There's so much green screen, Master. Anakin, just think of the pay packet.
Brian, are you a fan of Coldplay and Fix You?
Oh, no, I hate Coldplay.
No, I hate Coldplay as well. Shouts. Okay, which way are we going? This way. It's all a bit orangey, isn't it? It's a little bit orangey, this scene. All of this scene is really...
Because it was filmed in Mexico.
Was it really?
No, it's just that you put a yellow filter if you're in Mexico.
I've never been to Mexico.
CGI Mexico, yeah.
Well, we've got lots of blurry CGI shots, so in honor of Mega Geek, who's not with us tonight, I'm going to move it along. He'd be loving this, Mega Geek. We're absolutely flying through.
Move along.
Who's saying this line? It looks like it's Obi-Wan.
Anakin's the one saying lower the ship.
Right.
And Obi-Wan says, I can't take Dooku alone. It's always I always felt there was a huge missed opportunity. And I think I'm right in saying there are some deleted scenes in Revenge of the Sith which sort of build on this. But Obi-Wan knows, obviously, that Anakin and Padme are a thing. But I think I'm right in saying in Revenge of the Sith, that there's more done to build up jealousy on Anakin's part, suspicion that Obi-Wan might be also maybe fucking his wife. There's more done to develop the idea, which you get snippets of it in both of the movies. It's just that it's only snippets of it where you see, and it's a shame because by the end of Revenge of the Sith, you really need more to have been done, I think, to satisfy, particularly the final scene, their final break, the break of trust. His willingness to turn on Padme and just choke her for no apparent reason except that she maybe likes that kind of thing. Like, it would have been given more context had you done more like this, but they didn't.
It's very subtle, especially in the second. Sorry, the Revenge of the Sith.
Padme's
Why?
into autoerotic asphyxiation. Wow.
Possibly. And I think in the books and the was Matthew Stover, Revenge of the Sith, the excellent adaptation, far better than the film is. It's significantly more heavily implied.
Sword in the Storm's on one tonight, and I can only hear this in Zee's voice. So, Zee, if you would please, this is from Sword in the Storm.
Sword in the Storm in the chat says, if Brown speaks with his mouth full, he might spit out his nuts.
Oh.
Lovely salted nuts.
There's a romantic moment between them.
Yeah, it is. Is that like breath in between them? The kind of hazy
Gunsmoke.
It's Gunsmoke. Oh, okay. Wishful thinking. What's going on with
would it
Anakin's
why
rat
would it
tail
be
as well?
Breath. What's he smoking for it to be breath?
It's just,
Hamlet cigars.
it gets cold in the deserts as the sun goes down.
It's his Jedi ponytail, the Jedi Padawan braid, which is trimmed off as soon as the different braids, not braids, different baubles get put on it, depending on where they are in their development. And then once you become a full Jedi, they cut it off.
Can I just ask Brian, because you're and Zee as well, because you're sort of well versed in prequel era Star Wars, what happens if a Padawan, like the one in from the Acolyte trailer, doesn't have any eyelids, doesn't have any hair?
Like
wig,
like
Glue
Samuel.
Like who?
Well, they're presented with a ceremonial wig like a Ruin's Def Leppard fucking thing that he's got.
I've got another question, actually. If I can find it. Here it is from Manuel. I don't know. Maybe we'll establish that later. And he asks, with the aid of a wrench, why is he a count and of what?
Is he not a count of a planet called Sereno? I think I'm right in saying he's count of a planet called Sereno. And I don't remember anything besides that.
Sereno, and he is he's nobility, which kind of goes against the Jedi thing of, it's like Arya Stark. It's like leave everything behind, forget about the family, move on. Unless, of course, he left the Jedi Order, which he did, and went back to it.
Yeah, retook his title maybe after that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a bit of debate going on. It's the old Hitler debate, isn't it? Do you take him out? Do you assassinate him and try and end the war, or do you, stick to?
Do they not say capture? There you go. If we catch him,
there
you go. It says on the screen. If we catch him, we can end this war right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I don't like, folks. Why do the fucking Jedi always have to go 2-on-1 with the bad guys? They did it with Maul. They want to do it again with Dooku.
Yeah, you think Obi-Wan would be powerful enough, really, to challenge a Sith, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But it's a good way of trying to instill fear and power in the opponent. So, like, if you 2-on-1 and he's handling them quite easily, then it's supposed to big up the threat of the person they're facing. So it's a relatively cheap and simple little dramatic device. Whereas, like, if it's just 1-on-1 and they're evenly matched, you don't have any particular reason to fear the antagonist. And it's like, to be fair to these films, it's one of the things it does quite well is that they go 2-on-1 in this movie, and Anakin gets taken out twice, and Obi-Wan gets taken out quite easily, in order to set up the moment at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith where they go 2-on-1, and Obi-Wan gets taken out quite easily, and Anakin has now grown in power so much that he can take out Dooku without too much hassle. So it's kind of a way of showing the character's growth relative to their opponent. It's just that they use it to kill off Dooku in the first scene of the fucking sequel, which is just dumb, but it's not a bad idea on its face.
Okay, fair point. Let's I've got a question I want to pose. Let's give it to Shitstain Shirley. There we go, Shitstain.
Shitstain Shirley. There you go. Hello.
That's for you, I should say.
Mace Windu is Count what? Chocula. Mother Bucker.
I thought you were going to do it in the accents. God damn it, bro.
Mace Windu is.
Are you on the flat tonic water tonight?
What am I supposed to do? I don't know
You're
what I'm
supposed to
doing.
get down to the fucking office and get yourself a couple of jars before you start the stream, bro.
Oh, I'd love some alcohol. I'm going to.
Oh, that went down the wrong girl. Mr. Brown Lyons thinks we're coming back next week. What are you on about, Brown? No, we're not. What? By the way, is anyone in the chat keeping track? How many hours have we been doing this goddamn movie? Because it started off with a 12-hour charity stream. What was the charity again, Mr. Brown?
Charity begins at home. Charity.
That's the one. The charity begins at home charity, and then we've done at least 3 weeks. I lost track. Good God. Okay. Let's
17 apparently.
17. Wow.
Jeez.
Or as Z would say,
sorry.
Oh, you've ruined it. Go on, Z.
What? 6. 6, you say? 6 what?
6 what?
Oh no,
Headphones off.
God.
6
No,
million?
don't.
600,000? No,
Please.
surely you mean 6 billion.
It's worth waiting for. I hate to divert away from the stream, but Punchable Face, with his very punchable face, says Mace Windu isn't dead. Nobody dies in Star Wars. Is Disney going to resurrect Mace Windu? Are they really going to do that to us? Are we going to see him again?
Please,
Some
no.
shitty Disney Plus series or Ray movie or God knows what? Anyone? Any thoughts?
There's
on
always
that?
the chance, I think. Unless Samuel L. says, no fucking chance.
Motherfucker.
Yes. I genuinely hope if they ever approach him, he tells them to get to buggery. Having said that, Liam Neeson said never, and he reappeared.
Oh, true. It's a Force Ghost.
Mm-hmm. Let's not mention Liam Neeson, though, shall we? We don't want anyone to disappear from the stream.
Oh, I do like it, but at least we do like. We've not heard much about Liam Neeson on this stream. Look who's here, folks! It's Princess Fiona. Just a reminder, Princess Fiona, you are scheduled for next week's live stream with Dark Side of the Walk, and who else is the Brown?
Finger My Ass is coming on as well.
Finger My Ass is making a debut. None of the rest of us.
Belma Dinklage apparently might turn up.
Belma Dinklage as well, and Swappers is here though, isn't he?
I think Swappers has got the night off.
Swappers got the night off. He's going to have his hands full apparently. Anyway, we look forward to that. These pair of idiots still arguing. What's going on here?
Pass.
It's the same scene. They're still having an argument about whether or not they should go down and sort out Padme.
Go down on Padme.
Oh, come on!
What?
He does make the appeal. I think it might even be the next slide. Not that I'm trying to nudge us along to the next one. Oh no, it's the one after that. Sorry.
So nicely done, Jordy. Honestly,
it's
so
probably the one
delicately
after this.
done.
There's
not like
a bit where he
Mega
says, "What do you think Padme would do if she were in your position?" Which is, it's not terrible by the standards of dialogue in this movie, because it is Obi-Wan making an appeal based on knowledge that he has but isn't supposed to have, which Anakin doesn't pick up on. They think they're going to go away and have a secret marriage in Naboo, but Obi-Wan is already picked up on like the affections and the feelings. So he uses Padme to try and drive Anakin to make the right decision, which is, it's probably one of the better lines of dialogue in the entire prequels, to be honest. And it's still not very good. It's just,
I like this bit. Well, obviously in the context of the rest of the film, but I like this bit because it's it's starting already to sow the seeds, of how Anakin is going here, his attachments, and how that's already affecting him. And obviously, there's a kind of transference between the mother and then going on to Padme, who basically takes that role. So already there's the desire to protect Padme.
Who's
that's going to end up being his downfall?
That's the line that Chordy was referencing right there. Well done, Chordy. You got us through about 4 slides in less than a minute there. Nicely done.
We have 11 minutes and 51 seconds of the film to cover.
Oh, wow.
gonna do it.
Okay.
Oh,
We might do
God.
this. You never know. Who said they're smoking cigars? It was Brian, wasn't it? Do your teeth resemble Obi-Wan's, Brian?
No, I'm a very intermittent smoker and an often visitor to the dentist.
Oh, okay. To have them removed, I presume?
Just to get the two that are left sorted out.
You know what pisses me off? I'll tell you what pisses me off.
On 1 hour, go on.
Americans using the phrase
What?
English teeth. Have we got any Americans in the chat?
Yeah, I've seen a lot
Identify
of that
yourselves and I'll bounce you the fuck off the stream. What is with Americans and this term English teeth? Like we've all got rotten Are they just used to watching these old medieval movies? Or I don't know what they're referring to.
Well, they're not going to answer the question now. You've just threatened to yeet them.
Oh, God.
Oh, I need to get to the bottom of this one. English teeth. That rankles with me. Why does it rankle with me so much? Fucking annoys me.
Welcome to Triggered on
Anyway.
I think that accusation has only ever been around since Tommy Steele, hasn't it?
Oh, really?
Tommy Steele.
What?
We've got one. Brown, get rid of him quickly.
I can't.
Get rid of him.
What, Professor R2? He's
take away his
Plus
spanner.
He's a bit of a backroom boy as well, so I can't.
Oh, he's a traitor. He's the enemy within. Professor R2, we'll let you off. Just have to promise never to use that phrase. It really rankles with me. Okay, back to the movie. These two still arguing here. Yes, it's the line that Chordy was saying, isn't it? Yeah, okay. She would do her duty. Oh, I bet she would, yeah. What do we think of Anakin's shoulder pads here? Over to a man who loves some shoulder pads. Chordy, what do you make of Anakin's outfit with these nice, sharp shoulder pads?
I've actually never been a fan of shoulder pads because
Right.
it's just like it's so oppressively like 80s or 70s or whenever the fuck those things were in fashion. I don't mind his overall costume, I suppose, if only because it looks at least a little bit different than the Tatooine Jedi thing, and I think they should have taken that approach for everyone. So yeah, it's a different design choice. It's fine.
Okay, we'll give it a fine. Okay, we'll accept a fine.
I've got a tucked away in my wardrobe somewhere. I've got a leather waistcoat. That I bought
Whoa,
from
where are we going here, Brian?
No, it's
Where
not
are we
dodgy.
going, Brian?
Honestly, it's not dodgy. I got it from some.
Tucked away in your wardrobe, you got a leather what?
When I lived in Oz, I bought it. It's from some Scottish shop somewhere, and the shoulders are actually wider than that. Believe it or not, I got it because I thought, yeah, I'll wear that in Australia and try and get my hole, but it didn't work. Moving on.
What an image! Yeah, okay. And you still own that, do you, Brian?
Still got. I'm tempted to go out with it, wearing nothing but my Jim Morrison leather trousers and no shirt one night. I'm sure it'll be a fine scene.
Just reminding you, Brian, for legal reasons, you know this is on the internet forever now. You've confessed this. It's here. It's.
Do you know that program? Who do you think you are? That always worries me. You know, they'd have to look at documents for to their ancestors to see what they did and find out they were criminals or whatever. Whereas us lads have got our internet history plus these streams. It's fucking terrifying.
Oh shit.
In many decades to come, there'll be a version of that show, and someone will go, "Oh, your ancestor pretends to be Ryan Johnson for a number of years, doing filthy dick jokes about Liam Neeson and taking 143 hours to get through Attack of the Clones." Wow, yeah, they're going to be impressed, aren't they? Anyway, here's Yoda, everyone. Have a drink for Yoda. I don't know what for, but have a drink for Yoda's fluffy silver hair.
All that CGI, all of it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yoda definitely is.
Yeah.
Who's going to do that?
Well, let's not rush through this, Brown, because I think
No,
we
let's rush through this. Let's.
yeah, don't get all mega on me. Let's go around the panel, see who does the best Yoda. Let's go Z first.
Billion. Oh no, wrong thing.
Oh, it's good. Kippers. He's gone that way on. Brian.
Well, in context, the actual film, he just goes because he's sensing the slight disturbance in the Force and the implication of that because Anakin is slightly losing the plot. But
Okay. Shirley.
I just did it.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Ploots.
Well, Yoda really fucks up my throat, and I have to record later, so I'm just going to go,
Okay. Yeah, because you've got to engage the back of your throat, haven't you? You've got to give it a bit of.
Yeah, it's doable, but it's not pleasant.
Okay, I'm going to give the.
Brown.
That's what Brown shooter said to him. Yeah.
Fucking Zegan.
I'm going to give it to I'm going to give it to Kippers, and Kippers, your prize is you get to read this next line from Sword in the Storm in the style of Yoda. Take it away, Kippers.
Shit, this Clone Wars is.
you've got to feel sorry for Plutz here. He's on YouTube with all these YouTube superstars every stream, and then he comes onto this stream and he's talking Yoda impressions, Brown's tutor, and Liam Neeson's cock jokes.
Oh, he loves it, really. Come on, it's it's good to be different, as they say. Well, okay, just to get a bit more classy, here you go, Brown, in the style of Yoda, if you would.
What? This? Okay.
Yes.
Shit! Shit, this movie is. That's
What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know. Moving on mute myself.
No. Put the brakes on. Take a deep breath. You can do it.
Shit, this movie is. Bad case of gonorrhea I have.
CGI. Oh, we found.
No, I think gonorrhea is better.
Well, his tutor found his G spot, but we've found his weak spot, and it's doing Yoda impressions. So, wow. Okay. Okay, good to see Yoda and his silvery hair. It could be because we're obviously going at a snail's pace. But was there anyone else when they were watching this in real time felt this dragging its arse a little bit towards the end of the movie? Or just me?
No, I thought it sped up after we got to the fight scenes.
Okay. Okay, just me, maybe.
Possibly. Yeah.
Oh, great shot of Yoda's skullet.
It's a beauty, isn't it?
Yeah. Was the consensus we should stick with that or just whip it all off?
We thought whip it off.
Oh no, I don't agree. Well, Plutz wasn't here, so Plutz. Well, if you were Yoda, what would you do? You just keep rocking the skullet, or would you whip that off?
I'd probably keep it. It adds to the wise look of the old frog.
Yeah.
So, if he added a big, sort of great, big, bushy white beard, it would be even better. But I don't know if you can grow one of those.
He's not one for personal grooming, is he? Unlike the Jedi from the Acolyte.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
Oh, here we go.
It's a real shame, isn't it? This film only sort of picks up in the last 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And the rest of it's just a slog to get there. I remember seeing a review online, an early review from Ain't It Cool News. Remember that website? I think I remember them saying, they were sat in a room alone watching an early copy of it or something like that. And they said, they were just raving about it. And they were saying, oh, this film's great. It makes The Phantom Menace a better movie.
What?
Huh? Wow.
That's what they said. That's what they said. And by this point of the film, I was just thinking, you lying.
Fat Lobber's just said that's my winter look, and I hate to skip backwards, but Fat Lobber's the dude out of Dungeons and Dragons, isn't he? He does have some resemblance there with Yoda.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Who's taller, do we think?
Lobber?
You think Lobber's taller than Yoda?
Fat Lobber, yeah.
Okay. So this is Dooku on the landing strip here, isn't it? Is it? Is that Dooku?
It is.
Can I just give props to the panel here for using the term landing strip and no one making a vag joke?
I was going to, but
wow.
I thought, okay, we're in company. I was going to, Brian. I was.
Hashtag missed opportunities.
Hashtag euphemism.
Is the front? We may have discussed this before. I don't know. It all feels like deja vu these days. But is the front of this ship meant to represent or resemble a ball turret from a B-17 bomber? Stick that up your arse and smoke it, folks. There's some real film criticism from old Ruin Johnson. Brian, you're a war enthusiast, aren't you?
Only between the Scots and the English, Ru.
Okay, we won't mention Culloden then. Who would know? I've got a feeling Ploots might be up on his military history. Ploots.
I think that is what they were going for. Yeah. It is literally a ball turret after all. So I think it's also supposed to sort of hark forward to the Death Star. If you look at the way that the laser is emitted, not only is it green, but it also does the 5 like mini laser points that form the main one. So it's even though then again, because they don't have the Death Star plans yet, they get those from the Separatists. So I don't know exactly how that's supposed to tie together, but that is, I think, what they're going for as well.
I was going to say this, Jay Goodwin. It looks like the Russian Hind helicopter. You know, Rambo 2? The gunship out of Rambo 2.
Yeah, fair shout. Good observation.
Possibly Top Gun Maverick as well.
A couple of people mentioned the Hind helicopter. I'd say they're knowledgeable lot in the chat, aren't they, when they're half sober? I was just trying to find something because someone had a very astute... Oh, here we go. I wonder if we could get Lord Kippers to read this in only the style he could. Here you go. It's from Max Law. Kippers.
Max Roomfundle in the chat. Yes, everyone I've been with has had much more bush than a garden centre.
Although he does say a Graydon centre, but we know what you mean, Max. It's okay.
Does that mean he did a lot of damage in the 70s?
Did he absolutely did? Although I believe it's making a comeback. I don't know. That's what they tell me. What are we looking at here anyway?
Blur, something.
It's the entrance of the hangar and the gunship that was transporting Obi-Wan, Padme, and Anakin has just dropped them off and been blown up on the way past.
Ooh.
Oh wow! So they're now stranded there. Who's this little droid? Z might. Well, Z's our resident droid. Z, who's this little droid with Dooku?
It's a little droid, Rowan.
It's little droid. There we go.
A little droid. I have no idea what it's called.
What
it's Count
function could it
Dooku's
possibly
pilot.
serve?
Is it Count Dooku's pilot?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it flies the solar sailor for him at the end of the movie.
Oh, good show. Good show. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And here we go. Here's our two heroes. 2-on-1, folks. Why is Anakin got such a small lightsaber?
It's not how big it is, how you use it though, mate.
Okay. Fair
Well, it's because Padme isn't there, remember? They lost Padme, so it can't get to its full size.
It's a grower, not a shower.
Is that mid ignition? Is that what's happening, or is it the angle? I don't know.
It's the angle.
The angle.
It's good, but it's no whip, is it?
It's the angle of the dangle.
I can't wait for the lightsaber whip in the Acolyte. Oh,
It's going to be so good.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh my god.
You're going amazing.
Oh, is Anakin with a... Well, how can we put it? It's a shite line, this is this. Go on, Shirley. Give us your best Anakin. Whiny bitch Anakin, if you would.
You're gonna pay for all that Jedi that you killed today, Dooku. We got a super chat. Did we read this one from Garth Knight?
Oh.
Did we? $5 wrenched. Brownie and friends outings with the tutor to the cinema seems like Dead Poets Society for summer schoolers.
That was a bit like Neo from the Young Ones there.
Oh,
Heavy, so heavy guys.
Hello, shoes.
Go on, Brian, then. We're going to do some community theatre now because it's
Cheers,
getting
Garth.
good.
Any prompts?
This is very innuendo heavy, isn't it?
This is Obi-Wan's line, isn't it?
No, that's partly the first two are Obi-Wan. The last one is
yes.
Anakin.
Of course, yes. Well, we'll put we'll keep Brownie on Anakin duty if you could take the Obi-Wan lines.
Am I doing? We'll take him together.
No, you.
No, you're fucking not. You're doing it.
fool. No.
Shaking him now.
Who am I doing?
You're Anakin.
Am I?
Yes.
The bottom
No, I'm
line.
Brown.
Read the bottom.
Always
line.
been Anakin.
Who read the top line? I must have zoned out.
Brian's about to do it. He's Obi-Wan.
Okay, so what am I doing? The bottom line.
The fucking bottom line, bro. For Christ, how many fucking times you have to tell you, bro?
But
You're doing the bottom line.
Yeah,
Well, check it together. Go in slowly on left, lad.
I'm taking him up the arse now.
I'm taking him up shitter now.
Well, I think we've pretty much covered this slide. Can we move on?
Oh, wow. Okay, I want more
That
money
was very
back.
confusing.
Have you tried watching the film, possibly? Maybe that might help.
Well, it took me 3 months to do the slides, so no.
This looks kind of cool, does it not?
I remember.
Yeah. Bit of the palps.
Is it a member berry? I don't think it is. I think it's justifiable.
yes.
No, I think it's justifiable.
Does that mean he's as powerful as Darth Kippers? Because he's got all that lightning blue shite.
Oh.
Yes.
No.
Can he make a fairy
no.
cake like Darth Kippers, though? That's the question.
Yes.
Claims to be as powerful as any Jedi.
Really?
Doesn't mention
Or
the
more
Sith.
power. He says more powerful than any Jedi. Even you, he says to Yoda. But I think it's supposed to be a high-powered Sith weapon. So like this is the final definitive proof, as though we didn't already know that he's gone to the dark side. It's a skill that Jedi normally can't use unless they're Rey, because they have instant access to all the unlocks, and then it's fine.
Yes, but Plute, you realise that's because she was in a Force dyad, right? You know,
Oh, no, yeah.
None of us know what a Force dyad is.
Go on, educate us.
No,
I
don't.
still
Because I'm
don't
just
know.
going to be talking about fucking sequel trilogies the next hour trying to explain it.
Liam,
I feel-
what's a dyad?
I feel left out now.
You don't want to know.
It's a serious question
I
from...
do, though.
Serious question from... I've lost it. Oh, it was a good question as well.
Dark side of the wall.
No. Oh, damn. Anyway, I can't find it.
What
but
was
I know
his
the
name?
question. The question, I can't remember. I just saw the question. The question was, I'm sure they'll shout up. The question was, doesn't the use of Force lightning harm the user, have an impact on the user, age them somewhat?
No, only when it's reflected back completely unnecessarily by a lightsaber.
It's only bad for you if you shoot yourself in the face with it.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's fine.
Okay.
And can't stop.
Also, Dooku's boots, like presumably they've got leather soles, so he's grounded at the moment. Where Anakin isn't. He's got metal shoes on.
Nice. Okay. Oof. Anakin screams. Go, scream, Brown. He's giving
Look
full
at the
Will-
width of those shoulders there. Dear God.
He's giving the full Wilhelm.
It's like Grace Jones. With those pants.
Yeah.
Grace Jones. But
It's more like Kenny Everett's General at this point.
Yeah.
it's like something off Takeshi's Castle. It's ridiculous. isn't it?
Round them up, put them in a field, and we'll bomb the bastards.
Now this is
powers are far beyond yours.
oh, there we go.
Ooh.
Swappers, brilliant. I was gonna get someone to do that. You've already nailed it. Oh, now he's got a nice poise about him here, hasn't he, Obi-Wan? He's just kind of
Slightly camp.
strolling. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Question: which looks better, the lightning from the CGI movie like this, or the original in Jedi, where they probably would have had to scratch it onto the individual film cells?
The original.
Amazing, isn't it?
It is. I mean, the difference between the effects is quite obvious. I prefer the original with the hand-drawn lightning. It just feels more real and organic. But there's always been a problem in the past that they're going to animate these things badly. I don't know if you remember the id from Forbidden Planet, which was complete and utter balls up, which was also animated. But the original trilogy, I had no problem with that at all. It was much more attractive. And I really love the way that when it hit Vader, it outlined his skeleton inside the suit.
Yeah, love that.
It was also like seen at the time, I think it's like the ultimate power, the ultimate kind of expression of evil dark side power as well, because there's no blocking it. Whereas I think that the prequels made this mistake of reintroducing Force lightning and then having a scene like this when you just think, oh, so that it's that easy. Oh, I see. All you have to do is hold the lightsaber in front. That's pretty simple. Why didn't Luke think of doing that? And then this scene is the excuse that they use when we get to the Rise of Skywalker, when it turns out that an entire like fleet-killing wave of Force lightning can just be reflected by 2 lightsabers, and then it makes Force lightning seem a bit shit. So
Yes, but they were crossed.
Oh well, yes they were, and she was all the Jedi. So then again, he was all the Sith.
Crossed like the streams in Ghostbusters. However, Return of the Jedi, Luke had already launched his weapon away by that point. You could say he could have used the Force. You could also say that Palpatine could have stopped him using the Force. Welcome to Headcanon on the Mr. Birdman.
Crossed like Mr. Brown's legs as his tutor's wandering hands reached across the aisle, and I need to stop referring back to that. Oh, talking of cross swords, here we are. Yeah.
Dooku's lightsaber hilt is definitely my favorite, pretty much of all of them. Not just because I like things with a little curve in them, but like it's just the most fun to use. It actually, no, it genuinely is, because I used to have all the toys and then the slightly more expensive versions of all the toys once I had enough money to buy them for myself. And it's by far the most like dexterous and nimble one. And I looked it up because they actually do use hilts like that in professional fencing. You add I think it's called a cant to the hilt, and it adds an element of curve, and it adds kind of dexterity. You can achieve new and interesting angles, which just provide for much more pleasure and opportunity. And so it's kind of based on reality, and he is a master swordsman. He knows what to do with his curved hilt. So.
It's based on
hilts or dildos here. I don't lose track of them.
Either.
Sorry,
it's kind of modelled on an Arabic sword. Something really tragic. I still have the original Force effect lightsaber of Dooku's, and still in perfect working order. But I used to have I know, here we go. I sold it for a ludicrously low amount. I had the assigned Count Dooku hilt from Master Replicas by Christopher Lee. God knows how much they work these days.
I am jealous.
I sold it because I didn't like the presentation box. What a fanny.
Do we know what Padme's doing at this moment?
Finger
masturbating.
She's laying on the stand going, the motherfucker never came back for me.
We didn't get the slide with her and the clone trooper, did we?
No, you're right. Is that to come, or have we missed it?
It might be to come.
Should we just go back to check?
No.
Oh, for the love of God.
We got a super chat, Roo. Are you available to
Oh.
read?
I'm always available. Gregory Lieber. What Lieber or Lieber?
Lieber.
Lieber. I'm going to come up with my own pronunciation. We've got Gregory Lieber for $2, you tight bastard. That's only about £1.70 in English pounds, Gregory. No, we
Something
appreciate
like
it.
that.
Thanks, Gregory. He just says, rather pithily, dexterity. Dexterity. There you go. I like that.
And it's
Dexterity.
Lieber.
Lieber, okay. Dexterity is one of Swapper's sock puppet accounts, isn't it? We haven't seen Dexterity for a while, but hopefully it'll be on one of these weeks.
Can I just do a little experiment?
Oh, no. Drugs.
Robot Head, are you there in the chat?
Robot Head?
Calling Robot Head. Calling Robot Head.
He's in the chat, or he's
I don't
coming
know.
on?
It's a little experiment.
Oh,
Mark calling Orson.
that's interesting. We have got
coming up.
an actual fact. I know we are low on facts on the Brown channel, high on fun, but I believe it's, well, I don't know. I can never tell with Melvin. He says Dooku's hilt was that shape because Lee had bad arthritis and he couldn't hold a straight one properly. He got surgery on his hands later on. Now, it could be because of the amount of rums I've had. Is he shooting straight here, Melvin, or is this a piss take? I don't know.
I suspect a piss take because I've never heard that in my puff.
No, Melvin telling the truth.
Telling the truth?
Yeah.
You think?
Because Lee
Yeah,
would tell you that he did quite a lot of the sword stuff himself, just not the stuff that involved him having to like move around nimbly, because he still had a fairly quick mind and fairly quick hands. He couldn't step very quickly. So like he did actually have to do some of the twirling while standing still. So I guess it would be quite important that he has one that he can actually hold.
I'm going to have a little bit of a round the panel I often like to do. Truth, says Melvin. Wow. Try to drop some knowledge there, Melvin. Appreciate that. You're glad you stuck around now after my little Neeson reference in the opening gambit. I'm going to go around the panel and I'm going to give you a head-to-head clash, and I want you to tell me the outcome. Z.
Yes.
I'm pitting the man you see on screen now in his current age and form, Dooku, versus Obi-Wan from A New Hope, who wins. So I imagine they're similar ages-ish.
That's a difficult one, actually. I'm going to say Kenobi.
You're giving it to Kenobi still?
Yeah, despite the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, he has mastered all of his forms, which you get to see in Star Wars Rebels when he defeats Maul for the final time. And he does it in such swift strokes, actually countering anything that Maul throws at him, and it's over in seconds. But it's just so elegant. He's a master of his art, whereas I think Dooku here a little bit complacent.
Nice.
Okay, Swappers, one for you. Anakin from the early stages of this movie, and Luke from the latter stages of A New Hope.
We're just doing a comparison between the characters.
A fight. It's a fight. Who wins?
Oh, a fight. Sorry. Oh God. Maybe I should think Anakin, to be honest with you, because Luke's going to be just flailing around, isn't he? If he gets his ass singed by a training remote, then Anakin's going to chop his cheeks off.
Okay, fair shout. Brian, your one is Jango Fett versus Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Ooh, I'm going for Boba.
Oh,
Boba Fett.
I didn't see that coming.
I think Boba would destroy him. I think he's got the horrendous backstory. I think he had to fight his entire life without his old boy, and I think that'll give him the edge over his father.
Okay, I like how serious we're taking this. Brownie, interesting one for you. Your tutor or your ex-wife? No, I'm joking, Brown. I'm joking, Brown. Your one, Brown, is the
The ex-wife, definitely.
the Rancor or the three beasts we had from the arena. And I can go back to the arena if you want a recap of that.
No, I'm going to go with the Rancor because I think,
Rancor?
I think the Rancor keeper with the dodgy eye might help as well.
Really? Okay. The
Yeah.
Rancor beats all three of those beasts in the arena, you think?
In my mind, yes.
Okay, I know it's a valid opinion. And Ploots, last of all, let's save the best to last. Ploots, Darth Vader, right at the end of the Return of the Jedi, right at the very end, or
so when he's dead,
burning, when he's burning on the funeral pyre,
when he's dying, or Palpatine right at the very end of the fucking Skywalker movie in the Disney
soy.
Rise of the Skywalker is called.
Well,
Rise of the Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker Palpatine. The I am all the Sith Palpatine, which kind of also implies that he's including Darth Vader because Darth Vader was a Sith because they didn't think that through. I'm going to go for Palpatine in that case because he has, mind you, because Vader could just cross two lightsabers and cancel it all out, so maybe he'd still win.
There you go.
I don't know.
See?
I'm still going Palpatine, I think.
Okay, folks. Well, if you ever wondered who'd come out on top, you've had it settled tonight. Here we go.
We've got super chat.
Oh, super chat, good.
Zee, you available, mate? Please.
I most certainly am. Princess Fiona for $5 says, defeats Maul for the final time, a sentence that should never need to be uttered ever. Missed all you reprobates and man babies, especially Papa Brown. You're absolutely right. He should never have returned in the first place.
Swappers available.
Common people wrenched in the chat for £2. Fiona calls Brown daddy. Confirmed.
It's great to see Fiona back.
Yes, so good.
We've been concerned, but it's great to see you back, Fiona.
She has a nice profile picture, and she's enhanced herself while she's been away. Obviously.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we need one final matchup: Princess Fiona or Padme. No, let's not go there. Okay.
Can we have one more from the chat there? From Khalid Sarwar, the ultimate matchup.
Oh my god! Oh, amazing.
Okay.
What is that? A fucking eating competition?
It is. It is. So imagine they've just walked in. Darth Vader set the dinner table in Coruscant. No, not Coruscant. What is the Cloud City? Bespin. Yes. Darth.
Spit it out.
Darth Vader has laid the table out. He's got the lasagna. He's got some tacos. He's got some meat pies. He's got some grilled Liam Neeson cock on the side. Who's your money on, folks? Isn't
Lizzo like a vegetarian or a vegan or something? I'm sure she's like something highly implausible for what she is.
Apparently,
she's bananas are into her. I think is the problem, but no, she puts bananas into other people. That was it.
And then
I always just assumed Jabba and Lizzo were the same person. I did that in my last Mandalorian video. I think it was whenever I think I had Lizzo on screen, but Jabba's voice in the background. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the same.
I love the way we spent however many goddamn hours on this movie, some like 18 hours on this movie. We actually get to the exciting bit and we divert talking about who would eat more, Jabba or Lizzo.
We've got Lizzo, isn't it?
We've got one
Is
more.
Is it a bring your own bananas party?
We've got one more tasty little matchup. It's the battle of the directors, Ruin Johnson versus Taika Waititi. Has he done anything, Taika Waititi, in Star Wars?
Well, I would say has Ruin Johnson done anything, but there you go.
No, I believe he's got a movie pending. There is
it's
untitled
BBC.
Taika Waititi project.
Is that what it's called? A pending?
Yes, it is.
I thought I'd killed it. I think I got away with it then, folks.
I think you did.
Just got away with that.
So the the little line for line and the banter continues. Dooku flashing his English teeth there. Is he English, Dooku?
He is.
Or yeah, he's
Yeah.
Surely you can do better.
All villains in the Star Wars universe are
course.
English, aren't they?
Lovely
Colonists,
reverse
yeah.
shot of the nice
The
mullet there.
BGs, yeah.
Mm. Oh, here we go.
Oh, textbook
I-
error.
I love the way she spelled help as she's fallen into the sand in Arabic or whatever the language is. I don't know. Wow, it's a convenient way to fall, isn't it? And who's this little CGI chap?
They're called clone troopers, we're in.
Oh, right, okay.
So he's not actually there.
No.
No, it's Steel Saunders
Wow.
in a stormtrooper outfit, isn't it, Brian?
You're going back.
Fuck me, we better get back to the forward command center.
No.
Yeah.
Getting very bossy here, isn't she, Brown?
Gather what troops you can. We've got to get to the hangar.
Oh, and we flip back to the battle, and how old's Obi-Wan here? Anyone? Ballpark?
35.
35.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we've got a super chat.
Super chat. Okay, let's have
Should
a
we do
look.
it?
Yeah,
Shall I do it?
go on then. Your mate.
Black Lives or Black Knives wrenched for $2. Reva isn't English. She's urban youth.
Well, she wasn't really a villain either.
Ute.
She was a complete waste of space.
She was the bestest ever, though, wasn't she?
Take a
Still
drunk.
didn't sell
take a
lightsabers,
drunk.
did it?
Take a drink.
Yay.
Fake Dooku.
Drink time.
Oh.
Moaning and not for the first time in this film.
This can we superimpose Mega Geek's face on there?
Shit.
Oh, what a fabulous! Look at that, Brownie. Don't you wish you had that head of hair as
I do.
superimposed?
Drink, everybody.
Oh, there we go.
Cue the Richard Stilgo beard there.
Mm. Oh,
Here you go. Is that Nick?
Moving on.
Well, he does have
need
his
to go
he does
back
have his
because
hand
the-
on a hilt, so it could be.
Amelia Bedelia's got filthy all of a goddamn sudden. I mean, she's been corrupted by this group chat. Tell you what.
Okay, I've got a point here. Do you want to move the slide on?
Here.
That practically disables him, doesn't it? And that's just a flesh wound, isn't it? Like a glancing blow.
There are two. So he clips his arm and he clips his leg in the same move.
And he was
Oof.
practically gone, wasn't he?
Well, until he's able to stand up in the last part of the scene without too much issue.
If that had been Disney, that'd have been just nothing, would it? That'd be
Do you know,
just.
I would say actually, if it had been Disney, that's exactly what would have happened.
Mm.
Because it was a bit of a surprise in the cinema when I first time I saw it that he get hit. But that would be textbook Disney. That would fit in nicely to the lightsabers are just fucking fiery glow sticks.
Okay.
Princess Fiona's forgot to leave her brain at the door, but we better not get into that with Disney.
Well, I mean, like Dooku was supposed to be, I think, is like the best of the duelists
look at that.
amongst the Jedi, right? So, like, it's believable Dooku is so precise that he can just cause these very precise injuries. My question is why he would only cause very precise injuries rather than just killing the guy. Because he does this, disables him, and then takes his fucking time finishing him off with like the final blow, and that's what gives Anakin enough time to jump in the way. maybe Palpatine planned it all. He planned everything else.
Z, what are you like with final blows?
Well, that depends on how much is being paid. It's either going to be a spit or a swallow.
We've got some cynics in the chat. I mean, Black Lives says proves Obi-Wan's a woman since he survived, and Jim Dowell said, "Well, he's a man, so of course lightsabers are deadly."
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
Too much Disney, haven't we? Oh, doesn't look like much of a wound there, does there?
I wonder what the lightsaber whip would do. What type of wound? I can't wait for that. Can't wait.
Lightsaber whip.
Oh, I can't wait.
Surely it would just slice him in half.
I wonder if we'll get a scene like in the beginning of the Last Crusade, the Indiana Jones, where he whips himself in the face. Do you think we might get something like that, and someone takes their own head off with a lightsaber whip?
I hope so.
We can only hope, can't we? What do you think of his nice crimson leather boots there, Brown?
Not bad, are they?
Like an oxblood, aren't they? Like an oxblood sofa. Imagine a Platoon just relaxing into a nice Chesterfield oxblood sofa with his smoking jacket on and his
I do actually own those boots as well. No, and that's not even a bit. I do actually own them. There was a fancy dress party, so I got a Jedi outfit, and those were the boots. Brilliant. So I do own them. I don't have the sofa though, sadly. I do. I have the whole thing. It's a bloody nightmare to get on. It's made of like multiple separate pieces, and they're only attached together by a belt. So if the belt comes undone, the entire outfit falls apart, which is quite risky. Except the trousers, they're usually fine, but like the top half will just collapse. It took probably an hour for me to get it on my own, and luckily it just about held together.
The boots?
Boots are very nice. They're quite comfortable.
Tragically, I made this very outfit for a Millennium party back in the day. It was entirely put together by myself, and I think the old dear might have stitched some of the kind of kimono thing. I've actually got footage of it. I might share it with the good folks in the thingy.
Lord, if I may, what is was your favourite piece of Star Wars merch you bought?
Ooh, now that is a good question.
Or given as a present. What was your favourite?
Probably the one I got most use out of was definitely Dooku's lightsaber in all the ways. But otherwise, it would have been the Clone Wars gunship was pretty cool. That was a very fun toy. But I also have one of the original snow speeders from Empire Strikes Back. I think my dad had kept it from when he was a kid. That was a fun toy as well.
Still got it?
No, sadly, I have no idea where all of them have gone. They've all disappeared. I did take them all on holiday, and I think I lost several of them in the jungle somewhere. But yeah, one of those three would probably be it.
Snow speeder was fantastic. Ruin Rum is doing his rum bits. Okay, right. I think I'm supposed to take over. Yeah, he's doing a rum run. Is it a rum run? Okay.
Yes.
So I think I'm proceeding then.
Proceed.
Okay. Next slide then. It's going very well now. Oh, that's a pained face, isn't it? A face of defeat.
Just going back to the injuries he had there. Believe it or not, Shadiversity mentioned kind of lightsaber techniques and reckoned that he didn't mention this moment specifically, but he reckoned the idea of using the best you can get out of the lightsaber was just by nicking people at times to gradually grind them down, wear them away, as opposed to having to take a massive swipe. Of course, stabbing people doesn't seem to work anymore for some reason.
That's the Disney way, isn't it?
It's Melvin getting stuck into Ewan McGregor there again. I like Ewan. I think he's very, very good depending on the role he gets, but he has not had one decent role since about...
It's the face of a bad actor.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like Liam Neeson's dong, and he doesn't like Ewan McGregor. Is there anyone Melvin does like?
Doesn't like Hayden Christensen either.
What?
Oh.
Ruin, are you back?
Nope.
No.
He's not. Well, I'll just add this little bit of trivia then.
Oh.
Count Dooku was originally envisaged to be a female Sith.
What?
Yeah, and they actually based the original design of his into Asajj Ventress, who appeared in the Clone Wars comics,
Yes.
cartoons.
The Sith witch idea was going around from even Phantom Menace concept art days, wasn't it?
Mm.
And then eventually they were going to put it in the second film. And
Yeah,
then eventually ended up in the cartoon.
yeah, and then she came back in the Bad Batch after being killed canonically in a book.
Oh,
That's Disney Star Wars for you.
it is.
Mm.
No one's ever really gone.
Why does that look like Count Dooku's cracking one off and somebody's just lasered in to
Brown.
stop him?
You got a dirty mind, Brown. Yeah, that I've been
Brown,
watching
you
the
don't.
Keisha Law video.
We'll lose Melvin if you keep going along these lines. Just got to be careful. Okay, let's move it on because Obi-Wan, I think, is just finished off being rogered there, isn't he? And he's almost see a little bit of blood there in his arm. Wow. And it's Anakin come to his rescue, hasn't it? Has he got two ponytails going on the back there? What's going on?
He does. That's his
Yeah.
Jedi Padawan thing. The same as Obi-Wan in The Phantom Menace.
Okay, there we go. Anyone else wish Dooku had had a bit more film time than he actually gets in these movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I think we might even have brought this up in one of the previous streams on this channel, but I still think there's a world in which Dooku is the villain all through the three films. Like, he takes Maul's place, he's Qui-Gon's old master, he kills Qui-Gon, and then he's the anchoring threat throughout. Like, he's a good actor, great stage presence, but the premise of the character is also really interesting. He actually has a backstory, whereas Maul doesn't. So I'd have loved to see more of him. I think just bringing him in late on in Attack of the Clones and getting rid of him in the earliest opportunity in Revenge of the Sith was just a complete waste.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said, Chordy. Here's an observation from Side Defeat. Is this fair? Two ends of the acting spectrum right there.
Certainly in this film. Yeah.
Mm.
This duel here lasts only about 1 minute. I think it's 1 minute and 3 seconds or something. So if Anakin could have kept Dooku at bay for that length of time, Yoda would have been able to come in. So essentially, if he'd done remember the gladiator running around like in Life of Brian that gives the guy the cardiac arrest, that would have worked. Sorry, Z, you were going to say?
Yeah, it's completely gone out of my head.
Just goes to show Christopher Lee's acting ability, though. If you can act this well with such terrible direction against a green screen, no one else can, but he can.
Wasn't Christopher Lee getting a bit of a
Erection.
career revival at this point?
He was listed, I think, as the most profitable actor. It might even have been this year because he was in The Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and a couple of smaller things. So, like, I think the only way they calculate it is just looking at like the total box office of films an actor has been in. But by virtue of being in both, he out-earned even the mega stars of the day. It's not necessarily his doing, but he was, a mini career revival. It's the voice that does it, though. Like, you can't really find anyone better placed to play this old, imposing. He's very tall. I think he was like 6'7" as well. He's so perfectly cast as pretty much any menacing villain you care to name.
We've got a debate going on. I'm going to I don't know if break the fourth wall is the right phrase, but I'm going to reveal the debate that's going on in the green room because I feel that we need to engage the chat with this. The debate is: do we wrap this up at the 2-hour mark, or
for
do
the
we
love of God, yes,
press on and get the damn thing?
We've got 100 slides left.
100.
Yes. 100 slides for this.
No one's got plans tomorrow, have they? Actually,
You have.
Actually. Okay. So what you're thinking, we're going to break the 20-hour mark next week instead, Brown?
Well, if we start rushing now, it will feel rushed.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
To be fair, if we do keep it going one more week, I think that leads us directly into the Acolyte the week after, doesn't it?
Yep.
Oh.
So that might make sense. Then there's no week break.
Yeah.
There's nothing that happens after this. Fuck
It's
off.
never stopped us before.
Oh, there's a lightsaber lobbed in half.
This is a Nick Gillard special here. The idea of Anakin fighting with the two lightsabers is really cool, but he is has a technique. He does the same thing with General Grievous. He said the first thing you do is you need to get rid of one of the lightsabers as quickly as possible. So that's what he does.
Wasn't one of the original ideas to have Dooku using two lightsabers? Because I think they shot some scenes with the stunt actor who was using two. And then either that was just to show Hayden Christensen how to do it, or they swapped the idea later on. But you can definitely find behind-the-scenes stuff of Dooku using two.
Yeah.
I know that during rehearsals and of Count Dooku's lightsaber battle scenes, they actually used a small model of Yoda, which they'd put some vampire fangs on it.
What?
That's right, yeah. I forgot all about that.
We've got a super chat, Brown. It's from Black Lives or Black Knives. Maybe we get swappers on this one if you would, swappers.
Who's Black Lives or Black Knives in the chat for $1.99? Who's flatter, Hayden or Bree's Oh, for fuck's sake! Hayden or Bree's nucleic
Isotoes.
Isotoes. I'm just reading toes. Everything that comes before it.
Hayden.
No, Bree's toes.
We've got another super chat as well.
Oh.
It's your mate. I think we didn't do this one, did we?
Oh no, we didn't. Well, make Girth. Well, let's pose the question.
Right.
Panel says Girth. What percentage chance do you give of Mega Geek participating in the Acolyte reviews? What are we going? Any betting men on the panel want to have a stab at the other? I'm giving him I'm a positive kind of person. I give him a 3% chance.
I think Mega Geek would rather slit his wrists with a rusty butter knife than watch and review the Acolyte.
Oh, he'd love it so much, though. Any more positivity?
Well, participation doesn't have to be voluntary, does it? We could find a way to force him to participate.
I'm
if you record him on camera saying it's shit and upload it as a video that you can play on request, then whenever we want him to participate, even though he's not here, you can just press the play button and there he is.
I'm quietly confident. Episode 1.
Really?
100%. Yeah.
You know what would be a shock to the core if Mega Geek liked the Acolyte?
What if we all liked it? What if we all liked
think
it?
it was shit.
I'm not ruling it out either.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
we've dismissed it before. We've dismissed it before it's even started.
The overwhelming evidence would suggest it's going to be absolute bollocks, Brown. That's why I've dismissed it.
No, it's like, dismissing Philip Schofield before all the evidence has been brought for us. You can't jump to
Apparently
conclusions.
they want it back on TV, don't they? Z, available, please, my friend.
Princess Fiona, ranged for $2, says, "Holy shit, this stream is xenoparadoxing." Moving on.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
I don't understand the reference.
More lightsaber fighting, more queefing.
Thank you, Fiona.
Oh,
this little
wow,
bit here.
Yeah.
They swapped out the actual. It's not CGI. This is actually them holding some very girthy fluorescent tubes.
What?
Just for this particular close-up scene. Yep. A very nice little bit as too.
Drew Gordon's just given me a fantastic idea, Brown. If we're ever running out of content, why don't we do a Rebecca Gold review stream?
Shall we do it and not tell him? Okay, right, folks. Right, when we've finished with the Acolyte and we want something else to do, we'll do Rebecca Gold and not
12
tell
hour.
him. And we'll do Rebecca Gold season 1 and we won't tell him.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
Rotter.
Yeah. Keep it to yourselves, everybody.
Kippers, if you could do this in your finest Darth Kipling voice. There you go. This was from Cider Feet. He was saying he's getting a little tired earlier on, but I think he's got into the spirit. Here we go from Cider Feet. Over to you, Kippers.
Cider Feet in the chat says,
Schofield back on TV on Game Station and showing. On
Yeah, isn't that Hugh Edwards' next gig?
Killing anus.
Oh, brilliant Cider Feet. Brilliant Kip as well. It works so much better with Christopher Lee's alarmed face in the back.
Can you imagine if you had a time machine, you were able to take this little snippet and show Christopher Reeve, Sir Christopher Reeve, this horrendous comment next to his face. That's probably the very expression he would pull.
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve.
Yes, the Superman with the. I'm losing the fucking plot. Anyway, moving on.
He's had too much Iron Brew. Does the critical drinker read out messages like this on his stream? I guess if you pay him enough money, will.
No.
Yeah. Well,
not that I've noticed.
Well done, Cider Feet. Everyone enjoyed that in the chat there. Is this a nice? We need Mega Geeks director's eye for this. Is this a nice little bit of contrast here? The red, the blue, the shadow.
Lots of left and right and stuff going on as well, isn't there?
Okay.
Or is there?
Wow, that's a thick lightsaber. That's thicker than Lizzo's junk, isn't it? Wow.
This little bit. This has got to be Nick Gillard's one of his. I love Nick Gillard's work, the choreographer. But one thing I think he struggles with, and it could be partly because of the CGI, he struggles to finish a fighting scene well. Because if you watch this bit and you look closely, Anakin's blade meets Dooku's. Then Dooku moves away. Anakin stays perfectly still and watches Dooku doing an entire 360 before moving his arm back into a prone position, and then he slices it off. And there's a similar problem in Revenge of the Sith as well, if you're the kind of sad fuck like myself who sits and pauses it scene by scene.
Oh, has he lost his arm? He has, hasn't he, at this point?
Yes.
That's his arm going, isn't it? Oh.
Cider Feet keeping it classy at 7 minutes past midnight. Thanks, Cider Feet.
I wonder if it's like a George Lucas problem as much as it is a choreography problem, though, because I agree that it's really clunky, but it always looked to me like the director has said for this scene, no, this is a really important moment, so it can't be a very clever little flick that Dooku does. We really have to show it because it's a dramatic finale, effectively, to this fight, and also it's symbolically important because of the loss of the arm. So we need to make it very, very clear for the audience that this is what's happened, and it has to feel like a great final blow. It can't just be clever swordsmanship. I always wondered whether it was a director's thing more than a choreography thing.
Ruin, this slide's a bit like Rick Allen doing his Keith Moon impression, isn't it?
Yeah, it always bothered me. This, I don't know whether the way Anakin falls and he's gently resting his leg on Platoon's boots, and it feels like a Leonardo da Vinci painting. I don't know what's going on here. It's all very.
Is it his wanking hand as well?
Oh,
it is. Yeah, he's right-handed.
We've got a super chat. Who would care to read it? Rue, your pal.
Yeah, my old mate Girth Knight says, I'm a Zack Snyder apologist, but I absolutely love Platoon's 4-hour Rebel Moon video. Will Robot Head, if he exists, participate in the Acolyte reviews? So a compliment to Platoon and a question about Robot Head.
I was actually looking forward to another display advert about halfway through, but it didn't happen. I was a little bit disappointed.
Robot Head tends to go right off the radar at points because he goes away and he works, and I think he just kills his Twitter while he does it.
Yeah, he goes off into the where he lives. It's the wilderness, isn't it? He just heads off to the bush.
He was in the chat earlier, though. Maybe he's still here. Robot Head, come on for the Acolyte. Oh, he's there now. Oh, no, it's not.
Pretending Robot Head.
There we go, folks. Confirmed from the man himself.
We got a new face. XCI.
Charlie XCI. Yeah.
Yes. A 12-hour stream discussing Attack of the Clones. Fine. I'm
Well,
here.
I'm at hour 19 now.
Yeah, Hosey, we're sorry to disappoint you.
There's
You
a
thought you
playlist,
were-
my friend.
You're
Check
just
it
going to
out.
get away with 12 hours of this thing. No, we're pushing towards 20. I think because Brown's not updated the damn title of the stream. But you're welcome, Hosey. We're good to have you aboard.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cole's
Many
in the
channels
chat.
you can say like,
Oh,
I came here
Echo's in
for a
the chat.
12-hour stream, and the answer is no. The 12 hours was 2 weeks ago. We're still here.
Hi, Echo. Echo.
Look at Dooku's face here. He looks as if he's just seen The Last Jedi, doesn't he? Look.
On 2 hours.
Thought-provoking and, stunning.
2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours.
There we
Right,
go,
this is where we're
folks.
finishing. This is it.
Oh, you
Perfect
Tuesday.
timing. We're out of here,
Just-
folks.
On this actual scene here,
Hang
Yep.
on a minute.
you're going to
Did we see
tease
where
everyone
Yoda
with
came
this.
from?
What?
Did we see where Yoda came from? Did we see how he arrived? Did I miss that bit?
That's how he arrived. He just comes round the corner.
Just walks
That's-
in there, grunting.
No ship or
Because in
anything.
the earlier scene, he tells the clone trooper to get him a ship. The clone trooper ships are all the LAAT gunships, and they always carry loads of clones. And I've never been able to figure out why the hell Yoda doesn't walk in here with fucking 16 clones with him to capture Dooku. That would make sense. What happens to the gunship that brought him here?
And on that bombshell, so we're going to leave it, I think.
Oh, have you got somewhere to be, Brown? Are you meeting up with your tutor or something? It feels very, you're very keen tonight.
Desperate for a ham shank or something.
Well, we've taken 2 hours to do 70 slides,
That's
and there's about
actually good
another
pace.
85 to go.
Okay.
8 minutes and 10 seconds of the film to go.
Oh, is that including
That's
the credits?
No, is it, chick? No.
2 hours
fuck
is a
all.
sweet spot.
Fuck all happens in the last 3 minutes at least.
Plus, we need a week to fill before the Acolyte.
That's you can't be asked doing more slides. Is that the problem, bro? Is that why you went drag it out like a fucking?
No, I just think 2 hours for people on the re-rub is spot on.
Well, okay. In the spirit of closing thoughts, Brown, we are about to see Yoda go
Medieval.
yeah, ape shit, as I like to say. I'd just like to get the thoughts of everyone on the panel, because I distinctly remember this. I was in the cinema, and we're not really appreciating it because we're seeing it in still form, but he kind of hobbles around, doesn't he? He's got his walking stick, and
A little
then
bit, yeah.
yeah, as we're about to see next week, he draws his lightsaber, and I will actually have to say the cinema I was in went fucking insane.
Really?
They actually did. When he drew his lightsaber, and people suddenly realized in that moment, oh shit, Yoda's about to do some moves. Yeah, the cinema did go crazy. And I got a kick out of it, but on reflection, I don't know if it ages particularly well. But that was my experience. So I'd love to just, there's a parting thoughts go around the team. Z, what were your thoughts when you see Yoda proverbially whip one out?
Well, it was at this point I had the same experience as you did in the cinema, that everybody decided to give Yoda a standing ovation because I made the stupid decision to go and watch this in Leicester Square. So it was packed to the brim full of Americans who rose to their feet and absolutely roared when Yoda produced his lightsaber.
Oh.
And I'm just sitting there going, sit the fuck down and shut the hell up.
You sat there with your English teeth muttering away as all these coarse Americans are cheering and jeering. And I get it, see, I get it. We're getting some contrasting thoughts in the chat, which is interesting. Swappers, what was your reminiscences of if that's the correct way of saying it, of this moment?
Well, I knew Yoda was going to fight because there's only two people standing in the room. So I just thought, oh, how are they going to handle this? And it was just, I wasn't really impressed because it It was just Christopher Lee swinging his sword around in midair, basically, with a CGI character layered over him. And it all happened like too fast to really register anyway. So I couldn't appreciate it. And in hindsight, when you watch it back again, you just notice the bad CG. And it would have been handled so much better if they'd managed to somehow get a puppet in there to do it. And it actually genuinely looked like a real object. And Christopher Lee was facing a real object. Even if, I did think it was a bit annoying the way they had Yoda just rebounding around the room like a beach ball. And I just thought, this just doesn't really work. Yoda's not this kind of character. But, yeah, it was a bit disappointing.
Sorry, Melvin.
I love some of the. It really does define the difference, doesn't it, between the Brits and the Yanks? I've been Burgle sums it up there. Show some emotion, you British.
Yeah, but in Zee's defense there, you're not watching a fucking sports game. You're sitting there and trying to appreciate cinema. They are two different things.
Oh,
the people on screen can't hear you cheering, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
sorry, Melvin.
The chasm between us, the Atlantic, has just got that much further tonight, hasn't it? Brian, what were your memories of this particular scene, which we've not yet seen?
Well, of course, before the lightsaber battle, we have the force off, which kind of took me out of the film because it reminded me a bit of the scene Tim the Enchanter from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Dooku flying stuff about. That kind of ruined it for me. I always figured that Yoda, though, was above using a lightsaber. I figured that him and the Emperor just wouldn't have entertained that. It would have been too low and meager for them. So it was a bit of a surprise to see him using it. I kind of get used to it after several watchings, but it's kind of awkward. But I remember in the cinema, the second that Yoda brought the lightsaber out, and some guy started cackling away like a General Melchett from Blackadder.
Wow.
Have we seen from this Lemon Inspector guy before?
No new face. Hello, Lemon Inspector. Hello.
He sneaks in at the end. He's made a great point there. Maybe we should have had Dinklage swinging his cock around, his stick around in a.
Well, that's the reason they changed from CGI, isn't it? Because he couldn't grip a lightsaber in puppet form.
Ah, there we go. Okay, Brownie. Obviously, you were busy with your tutor fondling your lightsaber. What was your recollection of this scene?
I can't remember anything of it really.
It's an orgasmic moment.
Possibly, it was just him flying all over the place quickly and doing somersaults, if I remember rightly.
It was.
I think Side Feed's got a good little observation.
Yoda's disability benefits stopped that day.
Brown, can we rescind Professor R2's wrench? He's out.
Professor R2,
you're out of here.
At least Yoda has decent teeth.
You're de-wrenched, R2.
Yeah, but the Jedi have a good dental program, so you can't really
dental plan. Yeah.
Well, Ploots, why don't you take it home? I can't wait to hear your 10-year-old thoughts on this scene. I imagine you have just been excited beyond belief to see Yoda spinning and lightsabering.
Yeah, but I think that's sort of the point. Young kids probably did find this very impressive. And I think the first time, certainly when you first see him pull the lightsaber out, I think it's impressive generally because it's the first time you've ever seen a character like Yoda use a lightsaber. Then kids will probably be very entertained by him jumping around and screaming, even though he's a little like green midget frog thing. But it doesn't really hold up very well as you grow up and as you rewatch it. I don't think it's the kind of thing you have to sort of reluctantly accept that a character like Yoda has to use a lightsaber because everyone uses lightsabers now. Whereas I never really imagined him using one. I think it would have been better if he didn't use one. There was even a bit in Return of the Jedi when Palpatine calls lightsabers a Jedi weapon, which sort of implies that Sith shouldn't be using them either. But it's silly. It's unfortunate, but it's there. We have to make do.
So there we go, folks. Well, look, I may have started something which I can't finish, but Swappers, why don't you do this one from Common People? Here we go. It's going to bring us all together for the end of the stream. Here we go, Swappers.
Americans have great teeth once you push past the fat. Sounds very not a very nice experience.
We've got
It's all
super
love,
chats.
isn't it? It's all love, Brown.
It's just gentle piss taking. We've got a super chat.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I think this is your old mate.
Oh, Girth, he says, keep working on at Mega Geek. He's tagged him. Oh, God. And this at Robot Head fella for the Acolyte reviews. By the way, thanks to the incredible Mr. Brown crew for the last 18 hours and beyond. Yeah, it's 18 hours. Are we really genuinely going to clock up 20 next week? Aren't we?
I think this will definitely be finished next week.
Wow. Okay.
Cheers,
definitely next week.
If we're on 18, should we just go for the full 24?
No.
24-hour stream.
No, that'll be next year. Revenge of the 5th or whatever it is.
Melvin's got a solution for us.
Can we all just say they all lived happily ever after and call it a day? The end.
Why not?
We've ruined the film for him, sadly.
I know we're in the wrap-up phase here, Brown, but I do want to reveal some of the damage this stream has caused me personally, if I could. I'm going to have to. How can we do this? Here we go.
I don't like this.
There we go. Hello, folks. When I started this stream,
can we go full
12-hour
stream?
I had a full bottle of it's a large bottle of Captain Morgan's rum, as you can see, completely fucking empty. So there we go.
What?
Thanks very much, Attack of the Clones. That's a full 35% proof 1 litre bottle of Captain Morgan's. Completely gone in the making of the Attack of the Clones. There we go. It's a wrap.
It is.
Right. Well, that's just done, isn't it, Brown? Would you like to do the exit legalities?
Goodbye, everybody. See you next week. I would just say, chats, you are wonderful. But you already know that. Thank you for the super chats. Much appreciated. Really great to see Fiona back. Hi, Fiona. We'll see you next time. I will thank the guests. Let me go full screen. Here we go. Not Brian. Cheers, Brian.
Cheers, Brun. Thanks also to Plutz, Z, Swappers, Ruin, and of course the chat. Thanks, folks.
Zee-ThreePIO. Cheers, eh?
Always a pleasure and becoming a chore. Thank you to the panel. Thank you to the chat. We'll join you again next week.
Oh,
yes. The fucking same.
Darth Kiplin.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Thanks to the wonderful chat, as always. Thanks to the incredible presenting talents of Ruin, to the incredible intellect of Little Platoon, to the incredible skullet of Mr. Brown, the incredible shininess of Z, incredible voices of Brian.
Oh, yes.
And I'm just sad that we didn't get to see Padme's gash this week.
God. Little Platoon. Cheers a lot.
Thank you as ever. Just so I know how depressed to be, how many minutes of film did we cover tonight in the last 2 hours and 15 minutes?
I think.
8 minutes. Christ.
Not bad for us.
Ruin, brilliant job, mate.
Oh, I had fun tonight. I did finish my rum off, which was an achievement and also rather sad. And
Do I owe you? I think I probably owe you a refill. So
yes, you can fill that bad boy up if you like. But the plan is, because I like to set teasers, Brown. Next week we're going to wrap this bitch up, aren't we?
Yeah, it'll be finished next week, folks.
And then the week after. Get your
Acolyte,
lucky pants
everybody.
on, folks. It's the Acolyte.
Oh, it's going to be good.
We can't wait.
It's going to be good.
We can't wait. There's not a single white male in it. There's lightsaber whips. It's directed by square-headed Leslie Headland. Oh, you're going to love it, man, babies.
And hopefully Mega Geek will appear. And on that bombshell, we're out of here. Take care, everybody. We're back at the weekend. Tatty bye.
Good night, man, baby.
Bye.